But to get started, hopefully we're going to have a quick presentation on Black History Month from Hank. Is he on? I see him. If you could unmute yourself there, Hank. And we were going to try to get this presentation in at our last council meeting, but we're happy to have it now. And I will turn it over to you, Hank, and we're looking forward to hearing your presentation.
Thank you very much, Mayor. Can everybody hear me okay, first of all?
We can.
Good. You know, when I was asked by my worshipful master, Melvin Butler, Fred U. Harris Lodge number 70, to give a talk on Black History Month to the Lacey City Council, I pondered with the subject for quite a while, wondering what I might say that would be inspiring while not necessarily be new for the council. What could I say that would not already been said about Black History Month? Then it dawned on me that this month have not always been Black History Month. Therefore, before we can fully appreciate Black History Month of 2022, we need to revisit Negro History Week. Negro History Week was established in 1926 as the second week of February. That week was chosen because it coincided with the birthday of Abraham Lincoln, our 16th president birthday on February the 12th, and Frederick Douglass' birthday on February the 14th, both of which dates Black communities had celebrated together since the late 19th century. In other words, the precursor of Black History Month was created in 1926 in the United States, when historian Dr. Carter G. Woodson, a Black man of 51 years of age, along with the Association for the Study of Negro Life and History, announced the second week of February as Black History Week. Please note, I said Black History Week. It wasn't until 1970, 20 years after the death of Carter Woodson, that we as a nation started celebrating Black History Month. Although it was proposed by Black educators and the Black United Students at Kent State University in February 1969, the first celebration of Black History Month took place at Kent State 1 year later, January 2nd, 1970 through February 28, 1970. 6 years later, in 1976, Black History Month was being created all across the country in educational institutions, centers of Black culture, and community centers, both great and small. I remember when President Gerald Ford recognized Black History Month during the celebration of the United States bicentennial. He urged America to seize this opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our country and throughout our history, actually. I was stationed at Fort Lewis, Washington at the time, and I recall vividly the Freedom Train that traveled throughout the states coming to North Fort Lewis and staying for quite a while, displaying many of the artifacts that have been generated and saved over the 200 years of our existence. One thing that was particularly noteworthy for me were the basketball sneakers of Bob Lanier, a professional basketball player, were on display, and I thought the 22-inch Converse sneakers was quite striking at the time. Incidentally, Bob Lanier played for the Detroit Pistons and the Milwaukee Bucks from 1970 to 1981. As you recall, I mentioned earlier that President Gerald Ford suggested that America should seize this opportunity to honor the too often neglected accomplishments of Black Americans in every area of endeavor throughout our history. Listed herewith are some of the accomplishments of African Americans that you may not be familiar with and or perhaps may again need to be refreshed. You don't know what you don't know. Here's some Black historical facts. For example, did you know that Madame C.J. Walker was America's first woman to become a self-made millionaire? Or that George Washington Carver was able to derive nearly 300 products from the peanut. Our first Black senator. Let me make sure my papers are squared away before I go further. Heavyweight champ. Jack Johnson became the first African-American man to hold the world heavyweight champion boxing title in 1908. He held onto the belt until 1915. First African-American lawyer, John Mercer Langston, was the first Black man to become a lawyer when he passed the bar in Ohio in 1854. And when he was elected to the post of town clerk for Brownsheim, Ohio in 1855, Langston became one of the first African Americans ever elected to public office in America. Mercer Langston was also the great uncle of Langston Hughes, famed poet of the Harlem Renaissance. Famous protesters. While Rosa Parks is credited with helping to spark the civil rights movement when she refused to give up her seat to a white man in Montgomery, Alabama in 1955, inspiring the Montgomery bus boycott, lesser known activist Claudette Colvin, a 15-year-old schoolgirl, was arrested 9 months before Rosa Parks widely disseminated stand for refusing to move to the back of the bus. When the bus driver ordered Claudette to get up, she said, "It felt like Sojourner Truth was on one side pushing me down and Harriet Tubman was on the other side pushing me down." She said, "I just couldn't get up." Supreme Court Justice Thurgood Marshall was the first African-American ever appointed to the United Supreme Court. He was appointed by President Lyndon Baines Johnson and served on the court from 1967 to 1991. By the way, Brother Marshall was also a Prince Hall Mason. Eminent scientists. George Washington Carver developed 300 derivative products from peanuts. Among them, cheese, milk, coffee, flour, ink, dyes, plastic, wood stains, soap, linoleum, medicinal oil, and cosmetics. Our first Black senator, Hiram Rose Revel, was the first African-American ever elected to the U.S. Senate. He represented the state of Mississippi from February 1870 to March 1871. First Black woman representative, Shirley Chisholm, was the first African-American woman ever elected to the House of Representatives. She was elected in 1968 and represented the state of New York. She broke ground again 4 years later in 1972, when she was the first major party African-American candidate and the first female candidate for the president of the United States. Self-made millionaire. Madame C.J. Walker was born on a cotton plantation in Louisiana and became wealthy after inventing a line of African-American hair care products. She established Madame C.J. Walker Laboratories and was also known for her philanthropy. Oscar winner. In 1940, Hattie McDaniel was the first African-American performer to win the Academy Award, the film industry's highest honor, for her portrayal of a loyal slave governess in Gone with the Wind. First Black billionaire. Before Oprah Winfrey and Michael Jordan joined the Bibliomania Club, Robert Johnson became the first African-American billionaire when he sold the cable station he founded, Black Entertainment Television, commonly referred to as BET. First Black president. In 2008, Barack Obama became the first Black president of the United States. He was also the first African-American president of Harvard Law Review in 1990. Population growth. Black population of the United States in 1870, 5 years before Dr. Carter Woodson was born, was 4.8 million people. In 2017, the number of Black residents in the United States was 41.4 million. I suspect that when we take the census in 2030, we'll find the Black population will be much greater than the 41 million reported in 2017. Black History Month theme. Since 1976, every American president has designated February as Black History Month and endorsed a specific theme. The Black History Month theme for 2020 theme was African Americans and the Vote. Is in honor of the centennial anniversary of the 19th Amendment, which is in 1920, granting women suffrage, and the sesquicentennial of 1870, giving Black men the right to vote. And even though Black health and wellness is the theme for 2022, the 2020 theme, African Americans and the Vote, would have been an excellent theme for this year's Black History Month, with the challenges we are now facing in today's voting irregularities throughout these United States. In closing, it is my hope that the foregoing bits of information shed a little light on some important facts, some of which you may or may not be aware. You see, you really don't know what you don't know. Thanks for your indulgence. Okay.
Well, thank you so much, Hank. That was a great presentation, and I think we all did learn something today. And so any day you can learn is a good day, and we really appreciate you educating us and educating our listeners. And we look forward to bringing you back next year for Black History Month, and maybe let this council educate this council a little bit more in next year.
Thank you very much, Mayor.
Thank you.